Hello? Hello? Radio Dead Air KRDA, Monday night. Where am I? Here I am. How the fuck is everybody doing out there? How are you doing? How are you doing? Poor little thing. It's Monday night. Taking your requests, something you like to hear, send it to requests at radiodeadair.com. We will endeavor to get it on the air for you. What do we got for you tonight? Well, I got a sick cat, for one. Yay! Yeah, there's some good news, bad news on that front. Well, at least in terms of show-wise. Good news, I managed to bang out not one, but 2 scripts over this weekend. Yes! Bad news is because someone was sick, I couldn't get any filming done. We had to get that taken care of. But there will be new video this week. Yay. Got a new musical chair coming for you. Yay. But what else we got for you tonight? There's some new stuff Isla Rangoon we're going to be looking at. And some other things and stuff. Plus your request live, What the Fuck Is Wrong With You, is on its way. It'll be up at 11:30 Eastern as usual. You know, the usual. The spiel. First, let's get my personal stuff out of the way. Are you okay down there? Where the hell did you go? Where did you disappear? He does that. Where the hell? Oh, there you are. All right. You guys always want to see, where's the fucking kitty? Well, Kitty's right there. And he's not happy about a lot of things. So, I had to take Grady in this last week to get him fixed. The procedure went fine, although he did not like, obviously. He didn't like being put in the little box. He didn't like being taken to the vet. He didn't like coming back home and all that. So, yeah, and I was doing all the follow-up stuff to look after him that you're supposed to do when you get your cat fixed. But I started noticing after the period where he was supposed to rebound and not be quite so listless, where the anesthesia, that's the word. When the anesthesia was supposed to be out of his system, he was supposed to be, be better. He wasn't getting more awake. He was sleeping a whole lot. Just terrible, just sleeping a whole ton of a bunch. And he was eating, he was drinking, he was pooping. So I thought, well, let's give him a little more time to, get himself sorted out. But it extended through Sunday and then through to today. So the first thing I did this morning was I called the vet and I said, hey, help. And I took him in and they checked his temperature, which he really didn't like. And if you don't know how to check a cat's temperature, he really didn't like that. He went from 0 to... He did not like that. And he's running a little bit of a fever. Poor guy. So, his incision site's not infected, so it's not from the surgery itself. The problem is he must have had like a low-level infection that he was just fighting off on his own, and having the surgery just kind of dropped his immune system down a little bit, which set it off. So we gave him an antibiotics injection, and they gave me this milky liquid to give him in a syringe. They said, oh, it's okay. Just tilt his head to the side and make a little cup out of the side of his mouth and just squirt it in there. He'll be fine. This is a lie. And I swear to you, if my cat was not, you know, just basically fur with purring, that's all he pretty much is, I would look like I had gone 10 rounds with Wolverine right now. He doesn't scratch, he doesn't bite, but he just, and he got it all over himself, and I had to keep putting it in there, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. This fucking cat. And I gotta do that twice a day. And we're going to be taking him back tomorrow to get him checked up again and make sure he's doing okay. Look at him. I should have known something was wrong when he didn't want to hide. He was like, I was like, oh, he's chilling out. He's starting to enjoy his environment better. He's just not very playful. Now he's hiding again. He's back to that. Every time something happens, he's hiding. Which, you know, if you get yanked out of your house one morning and put on a cold steel table and someone shoves something up your butt, you're probably going to want to hide too. I'd say. I think hiding is probably the correct response to that situation. You know, just saying. Just saying. Well, if we're going to have that, might as well make the computer a bit more festive for you. There you go. There you go. Color changey computer. What's up with you there, Furball? Huh? How you doing? How you doing? The vet says don't be too worried. They're going to keep an eye on him, so yay. Look at you there. Goofus. Goofus. I just hope he's all right. I'm not used to, you know, this sort of shit. It's weird for me. But hey, the good news is I got some scripts done. We made some progress. Yay, good. And hopefully he'll start feeling better. I should have known. My first clue would have been, oh, he's okay with me picking him up. That's not a problem. I can pick him up. He's happy with that. No, it's because he's fucking like, I don't care, I'm sick. All right. Nobody's going to stick anything up your butt tonight. We have to go back in tomorrow to get something stuck up his butt. I'm kind of scared that this is going to be his experience of the world. That as, you know, after this, he's going to be like, every morning he's going to expect someone to come in, put him in a box, take him to a metal table, and shove something up his butt. I'm a little, you know, it's like, I'm a little worried about that. I'm just a little worried. Poor guy. But anyway, so last night, after many years off the air, the X-Files returned. First of a 6-part miniseries. I haven't seen today's episode, obviously, because I was preparing for this, but I did see last night's. Where do I even begin on this one? Okay, before we get to any of the story stuff that was kind of, you know, a mess, let's start with production-wise and acting, scripting, directing. My first impression of it was, can I take the episode off of fast forward, please? Because Jesus Christ, Everyone was talking like they'd just done 2 lines of cocaine in the bathroom. They were rapid firing through all of these intense lines that were supposed to, I guess, tell us something, but not really, because the dialogue was this word salad of buzzwords that were all jumbled together and shot at you at super high speed to the point where they became meaningless. And it was actually starting to become a bit of a joke. Trying to watch the episode, trying to be invested in it, try to get into what all this was all about. And they're just sort of, whatever, here, you like the UFO stuff, here you go. We don't fucking care. We don't fucking care. David Duchovny seemed like he did not want to be there. Maybe he did. Maybe he really did. But his performance was, when do I get my check? It's just like, God, someone take a cattle prod to Duchovny. Wake his ass up. Which is amazing that he could deliver these lines so super fast and so blah, 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 and yet be the most least energetic creature on the screen. Also, there was, of course, the obligatory game of Idiot Ball, where everyone seemed to, even though we get a recap, we get like a 30-second recap before the episode begins, even though we get the recap, everyone just kind of seems to disregard everything that happened with the X-Files entirety. Just Scully, meh. Here's the big problem with this episode. When the revival was announced, my line on the whole thing was invasion or get the fuck out. I stayed with the X-Files very diligently through the 90s. What was first run? I'm ancient. I stayed with the show a long time because they hooked me in, and up to about season 5, I was really, still with it. Then the later seasons started, and shit got weird, and Duchovny left, and he came back, and the plot line got muddled. And it got frustrating. It got so frustrating. But I stayed because we had been hinted, promised, everything was moving toward the alien colonization of Earth. So my line was invasion or get the fuck out. They took option 3. Shit the bed. Try to follow this. Everything you have seen on the X-Files regarding aliens up until right now was a lie. Those entire 8 seasons and everything that was presented, the alien civil war, that was a lie. The prehistoric aliens in the big screen major motion picture that everybody went to see, the aliens attacking the cavemen, and then the giant spaceship in Antarctica and the obvious aliens everywhere. And oh yeah, the aliens that were a virus incubating in humans and all that. And the fact that the conspiracy themselves, the smoking man, the well-manicured man, all those guys, they were desperate to get a vaccine to stop the aliens. All of that, throw it out. Doesn't count. It wasn't the aliens we're fighting. Okay? We were fighting since Roswell because, according to the show now, aliens only started showing up on Earth once we started detonating nuclear bombs. So all that stuff before, what about the black? What about the black oil? What the fuck about the black oil? It's a lie. I don't care what you saw. I don't care what the show did before. It's a lie. See, really, the aliens saw us detonating nukes, and they were like, oh no, we have to save the human peoples. And the aliens came, and they crashed, and mankind was like, oh, you fucking aliens, we're going to beat you up and steal your toys, and then we're going to subjugate our own people, and we're going to invade the world with alien technology. Wait a minute, you're already human, why would you do this? Why, what the fuck is this all? No, that's the real conspiracy. It's humans using alien technology to invade America, to take over, you know, to come and take your guns, to put you in FEMA camps. Pretty much AM conservative radio is now the X-Files. Never mind all the stuff the show established, the stuff we actually saw, that even the character that Mulder and Scully did not witness, but we as the audience witnessed, those were lies. That was a conspiracy, I guess, that the aliens knew there was an audience, so they lied, the conspirators lied to the audience, because they knew you were there. They knew you were watching. It's like the never-ending story, only crazy. Even there's this one quick sequence of New World Order jibber jabber laying out this whole conspiracy and shit. And I was, you know, they put up George Bush and the Mission Accomplished banner and all this shit. And even as it was happening, I was like, get the fuck out. And even Scully goes, Mulder, this is the weirdest, craziest, stupidest thing I've ever heard. And I went, oh my God. Just, oh God, that was awful. That was abso-fucking-lutely awful. And Mulder immediately abandons the whole aliens thing. He's like, no, it's really men using alien technology. That's what it's been all this time. Of course. No, aliens what? I never said aliens. Look, I'm not saying it's aliens. No, really, I'm not saying it's aliens. remember what the Phantom Menace was to the original trilogy? It really is just like the 90s again. And just a football game threatened to preempt the premiere of the new X-Files. And I was on Twitter going, hey, you know, is a football game going to preempt the X-Files? It really is the 90s. But then I realized, after I finally watched it, that those brave men and women at the Fox football department were trying to save us. And to you out there in the audience, you wonderful, wonderful, scrappy underdogs who tried to spare us all this baloney horse shit, you tried. Bless your hearts, you tried. Isn't that right, Grady? You don't care. You're fucking asleep. Comparing to Phantom Menace, worse than Phantom Menace. Because at least Phantom Menace didn't go, you know what? Those Jedis, they never existed. I'm going to check up on the new episode that aired tonight once I get off the air, but no. Chris Carter, did he start hanging around with M. Night Shyamalan? Shyamalan, or I never can say his name right. Look, Chris, M. Night, he's not your friend. That man is not your friend. He is not your friend, Chris. Stop it. He's not your friend. So, moving right along, lots more to come tonight. Right now, it's time for The Invisibles. For those of you just joining us for the first time, Radio Dead Air used to be audio only, made the jump to video, but there's a lot of really good songs that don't have videos. So I like to set a little time aside to present some of those to you. And we've got a little mix of the new and the old this week. Hopefully to your liking. I pray. I pray thee, sir. If the computer will behave. If it's possible. All right. I like browsing through upcoming new music to see what catches me fancy. M'lady. Me fancy. There's an EP from a band I'd never heard of before. An EP means we couldn't afford the full album. They're called the 3 Fives, and this track is from their upcoming EP. Let's see, get this sorted here. It's called Dark Place, not to be confused with Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, which you should have seen by now, because holy shit, why not? It's amazing. That was a very bad joke. So here we go. Doing the Invisibles tonight. This is 3 Fives, Dark Place, Radio Dead Air. The 3 Fives. Yeah. What? Where'd you go? You're back over there. I turn around, he goes someplace else. What is it? What is it, Grady? What's up? Ah, fuck it. So, it was a 3 Fives Dark Place. We're doing the Invisibles tonight. Next up is a band who's putting out an album called Blossom Talk. This is an interesting little group. Because normally I hate excessive ukulele, mandolin-y, super indie, why did that happen songs. But this one is actually accompanied with some really nice vocalizations and harmonies. It's from an album called Blossom Talk, coming up soon. This is Hestina, and this song is called Dedicated. So here we go. Radio Dead Air. Dedicated, Hestina. It's from their upcoming album, Blossom Talk. I liked them, which is surprising because normally that super over-the-top indolin, I call it indolin, mandolins and ukuleles and all that shit they keep using for indie music has become kind of a trope, but they do some pretty good vocal work with it too, so I gotta doff my hat and such. I doff my hat to thee, my lady, my lady, my lady, my lady. Yeah, okay, I'll never do that again. That was a lie. I'll probably do that again someday. So. That was a lie! Anyway. Going to go back a little bit for this one, just because I had this song stuck in my head. This is one of those ridiculously catchy tunes that will just catch you off guard. You ever know that just walking around, all of a sudden this song that you haven't heard in like 7 years. All right, I imagine some of you were like 12, 7 years ago. But this old song pops into your fucking head, and you're like, why are you here? Could you go now? Please? And of course, the only cure to that, obviously, is to inflict said song upon other people, which is what I'm about to do right now. This is an old Richard Shindell tune. It's called Get Up, Clara. Let's give it a listen now. Here we go. Radio Dead Air. Richard Shindell, Get Up, Clara. I don't know what it is about that song. It's just fucking ridiculously catchy. Stupid catchy. I don't know what it is. One more tonight on The Invisibles. You heard from them last week, but I'm bringing them back again because god damn, I am already a fan. Already a fucking fan. Their album isn't even out yet, and I'm already a fan. This is from a band called Mount Moriah, and they're a North Carolina band, and I love their sound. Absolutely adore. This is from their forthcoming album, which is called How to Dance. This track is called Baby Blue. Let's give it a listen here. Radio Dead Air. Mount Moriah. Their new album is coming out soon. I heartily encourage you to pick it up. It's called How to Dance. That was Baby Blue. Richard Shindell with Get Up, Clara. Hestina also got a new album coming out. Nice sound on them. That was from Blossom Talk. It was called Dedicated. And the 3-5s are releasing an EP, not an MP3, an EP. EP on MP3 stat QTQ. I don't fucking know. I tried to do a thing there and I failed. It was a 3-5. Started us off with Dark Place, Radio Dead Air, KRDA Monday night. And lots more to come. Do stay tuned. Live What the Fuck Is Wrong With You is coming. Also, if you have requests, go ahead and send those to me at requests@radiodeadair.com. We will endeavor to get those on the air for you tonight. Yes! Yes! Oh, my lady! My lady! Okay, see, I told you I lied. I told you I lied. I do that, I lie. Lots more to come. Happy days. Happy days. So, there was a bit of a good news, bad news situation this weekend with Doctor. Actually, you know, it was good news, bad news, bad news, bad news, fuck you situation with Doctor Who this weekend. Holy shit. So, Stephen Moffat, he of the 1 yard fumble, the gent who could not. I swear, every time Stephen Moffat gets to his big, earth-shattering season finale, he just fucks it up. Just, he's like... The man scores on his own goal so many fucking times. It's crazy. Well, the good news is Stephen Moffat is leaving Doctor Who. That's the good news. Bad news number one. He's not leaving until after next season. Bad news number two. Next season doesn't start until 2017. Uh-oh. Bad news number three. In 2018, his successor will be Chris Chibnall. I think I'm saying that right. I'm just happy I didn't say chin balls, which is what I keep wanting to say. Now, that's not as bad news. He has done some interesting stuff for Doctor Who, Chris Chibnall. But he hasn't really done anything great. Now, I was kind of hoping, all of us were kind of hoping, that Toby Whithouse would have taken over. He's a much better writer on the show. But Chris Chibnall, who you may know from, let's see, the episode 42, the Silurian two-parter, The Hungry Earth / The Cold Blood, which was and Torchwood. But the big fuck you, of course, is, and everyone is like, well, you can't blame Moffat for this. Well, you can't blame the BBC for this. Who can I fucking blame for the fact that the entire Doctor Who just decides they're not going to do a season next year? That's some Disney Channel shit. Fucking Alex Hirsch heard that and went, oh, wow, Doctor Who's on Disney now? Holy shit. What the fuck? Really? No Doctor Who to 2017. What? Well, it's not Moffat's fault. Well, it's not BBC. Whose fucking fault is it? Whose ass do I gotta kick to get some Doctor Who around here? I mean, fuck's sake. But really needed, really needed Moffat to leave the show. It's obvious the man can write. He can. Because when he was doing two-parters on Davies' tenure for Doctor Who, he was fantastic. He was doing consistently the best episodes every season. And they were the most memorable, and they were the most well-crafted. And then he started doing showrunner, and as soon as the arcs started happening, he fell to pieces. And a lot of people have been saying he's distracted between Sherlock and Doctor Who, trying to juggle the two things at once. Yeah. But it's been obvious for a long time that every time we get to that season finale, he just did not know where he was going when he started off down the road. You gotta do that. If you're writing out there, if you want to be a writer, if you write books, if you do, you gotta know where you're going. Now, how you get there might change. You might take different streets. You might get turned around and your GPS might yell at you like you're fucking, take a U-turn, take a fucking U-turn, take a U-turn. No, you ignore that GPS because you know where you're going. That's the important part. If you have to know where you're going. How you get there can vary, you can change it, you can alter it, but that, where you start and where you're going, you gotta know that when you start writing. Because otherwise, shit gets all kind of stupid. And people notice it. It's important. So yeah, it's been kind of time for Moffat to move along. But hey, no Doctor Who next year. That's all right. I'll just invest more heavily in Star Wars. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Frustration. All right. This is where I normally do some stuff from the vault, but you know, I playing my old stuff, I'd rather kind of start saving that till later in the show if I don't have something new to present you guys. So, what, you guys, oh, okay, you want me to check in with Kat? Let's check in with Kat. Alrighty, if you insist. There's Kat. There's Kat. There you go, Internet. Look. Ooh, it's magic. Oh, it's magic. When I'm with you. Oh, it's magic. There he is, being asleep, trying to sleep off being sick. Poor little fella. So, all right. So I'm kind of gonna hold off. Now there is gonna be a new video next week, probably the week after, and then I believe we have shooting at MagFest. Me and Film Brain and Lewis are doing yet another one of our vidges. Did you move? You're giving people your ass. Okay. Let's see. He's not going to like this. I'm going to tell you right now. He's already not going to like this. Ta-da! The fuck, man? What happened to my world? Yeah, I know. Hold on. I'll put your world back. You really need to find... Dude, I've got you this nice little kitty thing over here. You even have a cardboard box you seem to love. But no, you want to sleep under my footstool. You want to sleep under my footstool. Poor boy. Poor boy. All right, anyway. Meanwhile, let's play some new stuff from friends of the show. tonight. This is the Isle of Rangoon. They got a new riff up. We're going to watch it. Yeah! Ooh. Here we go. Radio Dead Air. Radio Dead Air, Cartier, Monday night. Sorry for the long set. I had food ordered. I didn't want to have to run downstairs to grab it while I was on the air, so I put on more music. Are you hiding again? At least I don't have to move the camera so much this time. There he is. He's hiding. No one will ever see you under the footstool next to the computer. You blend in perfectly. It was Leaves' Eyes, the waking eye. Behold, the Tower of Flesh. I don't know who that guy is in Fallout 4 who did that, but he is my everlasting hero. Because that was amazing. Weezer, Undone, Weird Al, Dare to Be Stupid, Bad Religion, Stranger Than Fiction, Florence and the Machine, What the Water Gave Me. We started with some Rangoon riffs, brand new from them. Go check them out on YouTube. Look up Isle of Rangoon. How you doing, buddy? He's breaking my heart here because he keeps making these little everything sucks noises. Because it's not even, he's just for like, poor dude. Found out how much he weighs right now. He's about 5 months old. He's going to be 5 months old. I think he already is. He's 5 months old next month. He's 7.5 pounds. He's huge. He's a 5-month-old kitten, and he's 7.5 pounds. He's going to be ginormous when he gets full grown, and he's going to keep growing for about 4 years. That's how ragdolls work. There's a foot. Oh, look, there's a foot. There's a foot. That's my foot. Yeah. And you're going to lay on my foot. There's your foot. Oh. There you go, buddy. There you go. There you go. There you are. Oh, he's like, we'll bring it back. I was enjoying that. What the fuck, man? Bring that back. That was mine. What are you doing? Oh. You little nerd. Anyway, Monday night, Radio Dead Air. Lots more to come. Do stay tuned. So, DC Comics, you may have heard, is kind of sliding behind the times when it comes to, I don't know, making money and not sucking. While Marvel certainly has its problems, at least in the comics department, we'll get to that in a second. DC has far bigger problems. They have attempted to relaunch a while back with the whole Flashpoint and then the new 52 thing. It didn't work so great. So then they tried Convergence to redo and let everybody have their own, every book have its own little continuity, and that's not working out so great either. So now we have Rebirth, which is going to be, we're not entirely sure. We do know there's likely going to be renumbering involved. Now, For those of you who don't read comics, don't give a shit about comics, could give a fuck. You watch the movies and that's it. Here's the renumbering nonsense. Ostensibly, #1's first issues of a comic book are considered valuable. And they're an event, and everybody wants to get into it because, you know, you're on the ground floor. At least that's the way it used to be with the first issue. These days, a first issue is essentially meaningless, unless we're talking about a whole new, from scratch, brand new comic. When you have Superman running for hundreds and hundreds of issues, and you stop it, and you start it again with #1, well, unless you've started the entire story over, it's kind of pointless. It's just a gimmick. It's to get people to buy it because, oh, look, oh, Superman #1. Oh, Superman #1. And it's gotten so bad that you can expect a book to get a brand new #1 issue just about every year, making the whole range of numbering books absolutely pointless. Because even if you renumber it, sometimes you're just continuing on with the same story. So what Marvel did with Secret Wars, Miss Marvel most notably. Very popular book, Miss Marvel. Ran for a number of issues, and then Secret Wars, the world is ending, so Miss Marvel is going away. Psych, we're bringing it back, and here's another #1 issue of Miss Marvel. I'm like, what the fuck? You starting the story over? Is Miss Marvel new? No, it's just picking up where the old one left off. We're just calling it #1. So you're essentially making it a headache for everyone, is what you're saying, because you want to bump those sales numbers. And, you know, if I had print comic sales numbers, I'd kind of want to bump them too. I don't know what DC sales numbers are like, only that they're in the toilet. But over on Marvel's side, Miss Marvel is one of the best-selling books, yes. However, do you know what else is outselling just about every other Marvel superhero comic book? Star Wars. That's consistently been Marvel's big money maker, has been their new Star Wars line. Because no one's buying the superhero books. And it's a weird time for comics in general, especially DC with this rebirth stuff, because when people talk about comics, most of the time, they're not talking about comic books. They're talking about TV shows based on comic books, and cartoons based on comic books, and movies based on comic books. But as far as actual comic book readers go, sales numbers put it at 100,000. Maybe 500,000 if we're being really generous. Across the board, maybe there are 500,000 people out there reading comics. Yeah, 500,000. That's 500,000. Not even 500 million, 500,000. Comics are in serious trouble. Now, this is up from, consider back in the heyday in the 90s, when I believe X-Force #1 sold about 5 million copies. It was huge. So we're at a point where comics have nothing to lose, essentially. Everything to gain. This is where, if you're any kind of writing or performing or any of that sort of stuff, if you're creating anything, when you have a very dwindling audience share, when you're, you're in the position that Marvel and DC are, this is where you take chances. This is where you go out on some limbs. This is where you do things differently to show people, well, this medium is incredible and flexible and can tell lots of stories and do it in a way no other medium really can, compare with. They're not doing that. They're doubling down with this reboot, renumber, gimmicky crossover stuff every year. The same thing every year. And not trying to expand, not trying to... You know what? What would just be right out there, if we didn't have a summer event this year, that would be revolutionary for comics. If instead of having the big spanning, you have to collect all of these issues to get the whole story event, how about you focus all that energy on each individual book and raise their profile while making all their stories not unmissable because of how good they are. Instead of all this, you have to get these 4 issues and these 5 and these 6 and these 10 to understand what's going on in this story. Also, they're all $1 extra. No. That's not how you do this. Now, I was talking about Marvel a second ago. Marvel has done a little bit different stuff, mainly with Squirrel Girl, Miss Marvel, Spider-Gwen. These are some of the bigger books for Marvel right now because they've been doing some different stuff. And I applaud them for it and for standing by them. But a while back, maybe 2 years ago, Marvel made a huge issue out of the fact that Steve Rogers, the original Captain America, was retiring because the super soldier formula in his body had burned out and he had caught up to his chronological age, which is older than dirt. Like super duper old. So he couldn't go out and be Captain America anymore. So they brought in his friend and sometimes partner, the Falcon, Sam Wilson, to take over as Captain America. Sam Wilson also happened to be black. This was heralded as a big deal. This was, you know, it's like Captain America is black now. And it was tremendous. It was just huge. And Marvel made a big media push about it. And I saw all these kids, Tumblr, this one post broke my fucking heart. Because there's all these kids who saw Captain America, Sam Wilson, a black man, a guy who looked like them, getting to be Captain America, carry the shield, and they were so happy. And they thought this was so cool. And I knew Marvel was going to break their little hearts. And they did. They've announced that they're going to be letting Steve Rogers come back as Captain America. But it's okay. We're going to have 2 Captain Americas. We're going to have Sam Wilson Captain America and Steve Rogers Captain America. Totally not like what they did with Bucky. When he was Captain America for a little while and Steve was dead, no. Totally not like that, having 2 Captain Americas that eventually they dropped Bucky as Captain America and there was only Steve left. They're totally not doing that. They are going to keep both Captain Americas, we promise. So we're going to have a white Captain America, a black Captain America. Insert comment about water fountains here. What the fuck? This flat out undercuts all the goodwill that Marvel had accrued with this whole idea in the first place. It shows they lack not only any sort of idea of moving forward and getting past resetting everything back to status quo always. Not only are they allergic to that, but it also undercuts and undermines the faith they had in Sam Wilson as Captain America, letting things move forward, letting things change and grow and welcome a new era and a new generation of comics readers. This backtracking shit. Look, equality is not having a black Captain America and a white Captain America, and now we're going to have a Latino Captain America and an Asian Captain America. That's not equality. Equality is when Captain America, the title of Captain America, is held by a black man, and we're all okay with that. We can just, that's cool. We let that ride. You see the difference? And they also did the same thing with the female Thor, who I feel, given this move with Steve, has got ticking timer on her life expectancy in the comic, probably coinciding with the release of Thor Ragnarok. It's really hard not to be cynical about this shit, especially when they do this. And oh god, I love it. I love a good "I told you so," because when these changes were announced, I pretty much pointed out Marvel's going to do this, and everyone's like, "You're just so cynical. You just trust Marvel. They know what they're doing. They're doing good stuff. You trust them. You're so cynical. You just..." I was right. You don't believe it. You're just so cynical. You're awful and you're cynical. Was right. I was right. Has anyone ever listened to me? No. Anyway. Enough of that. Taking your requests. Some of you like to hear. Send it to requests@radiodeadair.com. We have live What the Fuck Is Wrong With You coming up in about 30 minutes. Do stay tuned. It's awful, which probably shouldn't be, you know, the selling point for that, but do stay tuned anyway. It's awful. Or something. Okay. Let's see if we do this. We're going to do a little bit of Hailstorm by request. I think we are. Where is it? Do we have that one? No. Why don't we have that one? Why don't we have this? Computer, you make me sad. See, I had my momentum going there. Grady, are you seeing all this? I had my momentum going. I had my shit together. My spiel, my patter was down. We were going to do the thing. And then computer's like, what? What? No, I'm not helping you. Fuck off. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. I don't want to help you. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself in a butt. By request, Hailstorm. Yeah. Okay. You can have my foot. For now. Radio Dead Air. Not what I wanted to mention, but that cable you're seeing right there is the cable for the webcam. And he's been playing with it. The cable for the Grady cam. And he's been playing with it. And you shouldn't do that, buddy. Don't play with the... Don't bite the... Oh, God. Don't bite the electrical cables, please. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, don't fall. You're going to do... Okay, do you see what he's doing right there? That's his water dish. When I pet him, he's like, I love a pet. And he floofs over. And he's done this before. He's splashed headlong into his own water dish. Can we move away from the water dish, please? You silly little butt. You're ridiculous. There we go. Right into the... There we go. See? I told you. Goofy little bugger. I'm going to have to get you clean water again. Anyway. What I wanted to mention was coming up this weekend, we are going to have our bi-weekly RDA Tech Q&A. Hopefully you will want to be there for it. If you have tech questions, send those to requests@radio.air.com. We will endeavor to get those on for you and maybe help you out with some stuff. You know, one of those kind of things. Meanwhile, let's get back to some more music just before we get to Underlive Shite. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, hell yes. Who wants some Tears for Fears? Well, too bad. We're doing it anyway. Too bad. Radio Dead Air. Radio Dead Air KRDA Monday night. That was Local H covering Peter Gabriel's Shock the Monkey. Does the monkey get hurt? Probably. It's electrical shocks. That tends to be kind of painful. Hope we've answered your question. Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world before that. It's just about that time. I'm so excited. I don't know what to do with my hands. Holy God. About to do the live bit, but before we get there, I want to make a moment to mention our Radio Dead Air Patreon sponsors. You guys out there, you patrons of my bullshit, you're bullshit patrons. Congratulations. You're sponsoring nonsense. You at the $2 level, you get videos a day early. At the $5 level, you get an MP3 each week. The day after we do live What the Fuck Is Wrong With You, you get the MP3 before anybody else does. $10, we give you a credit because, hey, credit where credit is due. And at the $30 and $50 level, we have our shout-outs, where at the $50 level, we'll play a video like we do for Magic Steve and Raukow. And at the $30 level, we'll let people know about your stuff. Get a little buzz. People like Raukow. YouTuber, Let's Player, weird guy, really amusing. You can find his stuff on the YouTubes or simply go to Raukow.com to check him out. Magic Steve, balloons and reviews and magic and more. He's an interesting dude. You should check his stuff out. You can find him Magic Steve 83 on YouTube. Zenith will review and Media Meltdown. Reviews, retrospectives, interviews, all sorts of cool shit. And he's a decent dude. He is a decent dude. Yeah. I'd let him date my daughter if I had one. Sure, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Yeah. Geek Vision! Wonderfully weird website full of reviews, comedy, podcasts, and more. Wonderful folks. I know quite a few of them. Dear friends. Well, maybe not dear friends. They'd loan me bus fare if I asked. So they're okay. It's geekvision.tv. He played, she played, husband and wife Let's Players. You want some Let's Plays? You want some stuff to watch? Just to chill? Let's play and chill. There you go. He played, she played. You could find them on YouTube as well. Mark Grondin does the series on YouTube, Spectrum Pulse, and he's also published his first novel. It's called To Kill a Dragon. Medieval, interesting, high fantasy. And it's only $3. Morning Rain Publishing. You can find it on Amazon. Check that shit out. Paradise and Fairies, anime, video games, three-legged dog, And it's free. Oh, the age of the internet where so much is free. So free with ads. It's paradiseandfairies.com. And our newest Patreon shout-out sponsor is RT Gomer Productions. Lots of cool stuff here, the highlight of which is the Thespian Talk podcast. I recommend you giving them a look. It's rtgomer.com. But wait, Nash, I don't like typing in URLs from words someone else has said. That's too much work. Well, don't worry, I got you covered, little buddy. Just scroll down here, not my penis. Scroll down the page if you're on live.radiodeadair.com. Scroll on down. There's a list of all, not my dick, all of our Patreon supporters at the shout-out level. You can find them all on this page. Thank you, one and all, folks on Patreon who help make RDA possible. What is wrong with you? I hope you get the help you need because, shit, dude, you're paying for this? Are you daft? Oh, so, spiel is done. The spiel is done. It is that time again. What you've all been waiting for. Horrible people doing horrible things. See? This is what you're sponsoring. Horrible people doing horrible things. What the fuck? Where's my headphones? Where are my headphones? Where's my cake, Bedelia? That's an obscure reference for you guys out there. You can figure that one out. I doff my hat to thee. Milady! 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 Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Oh, you're a hair dude.
Yeah, I guess. A little bit.
Is it cut or did you just not do the curly bit?
It's just, I straightened it because we've been snowed in all weekend, so it was
yes.
up in a ponytail this way.
Yes, you and Dan were just smack dab in the path of Snowpocalypse 2016. That's a penis!
That they're on the International Space Station going, that's a big dick.
You know, I have to wonder about those poor guys up there, floating around the Earth every day. Just you gotta think they're going, penis.
Do you wonder how they managed to, the men that
penis.
walked on the moon, how they managed to resist the temptation to draw a giant dick on the moon that would never go away? Like, tell me you wouldn't do that if you were on the moon. But you wouldn't draw a giant dick.
Sea of Tranquility looks a little different tonight. I don't know what it is.
It's the Sea of Cialis now.
Oh, God. All right. Well, that was the nonsense for this week. Tara, thank you. I hope you get thawed out soon.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope Grady feels better soon.
Yeah, me too. Poor little fluff ball. Where'd he go? Where the hell did you go?
Uh-oh. He's escaped.
No, he just vanishes. He's a little ninja.
Exactly.
He's a little ninja. All right. Good night, Tara. Thank you. All right. Radio Dead Air, KRDA, Monday night. Lots more to come. That's the wrong button. That's the right button. Putting a screw up your dick. Quality family entertainment here on Radio Dead Air. Quality family entertainment. All right. Gonna do one of my old Here There Be Dragons for you. Just a reminder, we're gonna have a brand new musical chair this week. Here There Be Dragons to follow. And we're also going to do a MagFest crossover. So I'm going to be working quite hard. Where the fuck are you? Oh, there he is. How do you do that? He got behind me somehow. I don't know how he did that. How do you do that? All right. Taking your requests, something you'd like to hear, send it to requests@radiodeadair.com. In the meanwhile, here we go. Let's do Dark Crystal again. because fuck it. Radio Dead Air. Radio Dead Air, Cartier, Paranormia, Parathingy, Paraclesical. I should put myself on camera, shouldn't I? Art of Noise with Max Headroom there. Radio Dead Air. Before that, we had the Fast Food Rockers with the Fast Food Song. I'm very disappointed in you all for allowing that to happen. Chris Smither, Killing the Blues in Paris. Van Canto, Wishmaster, and we start with an old Here There Be Dragons. Radio Dead Air. So, I want you to type a phrase into Google right now, if you have the time, that you probably never expected to have to type. Oh, first, Monkey Shines at the channel. Birthday? Happy birthday. It's a good birthday. Happy birthday. Enjoy birthday. It's a good birthday. Happy birthday. Let's type a phrase into Google. Farting corpse movie. This is a thing that happened at the Sundance Film Festival. Daniel Radcliffe, who you may remember from Harry Potter. He was Harry Potter. He was the boy who lived. Is in a new film called Swiss Army Man, where he plays the boy who is dead. And also farts. With an erection. There's a guy stranded on a desert island, and his only companion is a corpse. Again, Daniel Radcliffe. Who he talks to and converses with, and then rides like a jet ski, propelled by the flatulence of Daniel Radcliffe's rotting body. This is a movie that premiered at Sundance. Now, Sundance, this was one of those things where everybody's like, oh, Daniel Radcliffe's in it. He was Harry Potter. It was Harry. You were a wizard, Harry. But everyone flocked to see it. The room was packed when the movie opened. And then the walkouts began. Which is something that just doesn't happen at Sundance. Not usually. Sure, maybe you'll get 2 or 3 people leave a film while it's playing. This was a slow trickle that became a torrent of people walking out of this movie. And the critics have universally, across the board, they're not praising this film. They are pretty much... There are 2 opinions of it. It was, this is shit, or this is stupid, and I love stupid things, but it's stupid. How did this happen? How at this point in your career, I can only imagine what the residuals for Harry Potter must be like. and the people knocking at Daniel Radcliffe's door to be in their projects. He has his pick of films. He probably has 50 scripts on his desk at any one time. He's Daniel Radcliffe. But to go through that stack and discover a film where he is going to play a farting corpse with an erection, and to say, this is the role I was born to play. Will Jr. says Daniel Radcliffe could be the next Doctor if he wanted. No. Get Hermione to be the next Doctor. You'll fucking love that. Emma, what's her name? Watson? Emma Watson? I believe it's that. There's your next Doctor right there. I'd pay money for that shit. Because she was fucking scary as Hermione. I can only imagine her as the fucking Doctor. But that's Emma Watson. Yeah, that's, neither here nor there. I mean, what happened to Daniel Radcliffe? This is going to be something they're going to study in film school. It's going to be like, there's going to be, what happened to Daniel Radcliffe 101? And then 201. There are going to be thesis level courses for this shit. But what's really kind of appalling about this is this movie airs at Sundance. I can only imagine the really worthwhile works that didn't get their chance because Daniel Radcliffe farting corpse with an erection movie. That makes me sad. But hey, now guess what? In your browser history are the terms farting corpse movie. You're welcome. Some jerk with a camera, let's do that. Still taking requests. Radio Dead Air, send your requests to requests@radiodeadair.com. We will endeavor to get them on. Here we go, Radio Dead Air. Radio Dead Air, KRDA, Monday night. Man, I had Grady up here and he was all chill, and then I started talking. He's like, no, I want no part of that. And now he's going to poop. Just as I get on. No, you're not? Okay. Okay. Now you're going to flop by your poop box. Cats. That was Tom Waits going out west. Before that, we had Sarah Palin, Donald Trump. Country remix. He's the front runner. We had Sneaker Pimp, 6 Underground, Tripping on a Hole in a Paper Heart, Stone Temple Pilots. We had Some Jerk with a Camera, Escape from Tomorrow, Part 1, Part 2, and 3 are on YouTube. If you're interested, go check him out. Go like, subscribe. Tony, he's good people. Tony, hey, he's good people, yeah. Well, I'm going to have to call it a wee bit early because somebody has to go back to the vet early tomorrow morning, and I'm going to have to take him for that. But I apologize for this. But we shall deal. I'm sorry. I'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And meanwhile, Snash saying, stick a stake in me. I'm done. Also, remember, this weekend, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, we'll have our bi-weekly RDA Tech Q&A. Producer Mike will be joining us. And hopefully, Kitty will be feeling better so he can be a little more presentable and such. Poor little guy. Hope his fever is gone by tomorrow. So, kids, thank you for joining us, as usual, here on our Monday edition. Be safe, be good, look out for each other tonight. Let's end off with some Gin Blossoms. This is Allison Road. Kids, love you. Thank you for being here. Good night, kids. Radio Dead Air.